Hello and welcome to Just Enough Opinions, the only job I can be 1.5 hours late to and not get fired. I'm GCat. With me here in the recording studio are Frog
Yes.
and Davey.
Hello.
Today we also have a very special guest. He is the creator of the popular Minecraft mod pack for the version, I know, 1.12. I think it's 1.12. And also a creator of the very popular modpack creation automation tool called Pakku. It's the one and only Mr. Texture. Please introduce yourself.
Hello.
All right.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Alright.
I agree.
That was good intro this time, yeah.
I was gonna say like, oh my god, you didn't do any research. You don't even know what version Underdog is on. But then I was like, I didn't do any
Yeah.
research either. I don't even know who this guy is. Oh, sorry.
We don't know
So,
what Pakku is.
what's Underdog? Okay, well, I have a good excuse. It was my father's birthday though, so I had better things to do. So, but you two hadn't had to do research for me. Oh well, I'm gonna blame you too. Anyway, so I guess tell the audience a little about what you do and why they should care about it.
Okay. So I create Minecraft modpacks. I started basically with creating Minecraft maps, and then I started playing modded Minecraft, and then basically I started creating modpacks. So I created my first modpack for version 1.4.7. So it was really the old age of Minecraft, I would say, modded Minecraft, and I just started to love it. Like I was doing it maybe too much, even. Then I created another one modpack for the version of 1.7.10. That was like the biggest modpack I created, and I finally even released it to GitHub. So I'm really happy. It is archived, and my my motivation always was that I wanted to make my own game, and like Minecraft was the game where I could make my own game, basically. So modded Minecraft was just a tool to do that.
Nice. All right.
Right.
And
Yeah, that's kind of what Minecraft mod pack dev is about. Just making your own experience with mods as tools and all that.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
as they say quite frequently, like I don't make modpacks, I make games, and Minecraft is my engine.
Well, I
Yeah.
make modpacks.
yeah,
I don't know about you. I mean,
Damn,
Yes.
this guy doesn't know
but
what he's
well,
doing.
yeah, but they are modpacks. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Next time, do you? I mean, maybe we should.
should prepare topics.
I was no, I was
Oh,
saying like I was kind of like nodding along to the explanation, but I imagine that works much better when you could see people in person and they could be like, "Oh yeah, you're nodding along to the explanation." So I could keep going, and I was like, I don't know, should I be giving out vocal cues? Should I be like, "Oh, nice, that's cool," or should I be
I was
really
actually
silent?
shaking my head
You
through
were
the whole
you
thing.
were
yeah,
shaking your
same.
head.
All right.
Oh,
Texture,
underdogs.
that was a great introduction.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
1.4.7. Nuh-uh. Nope. No, I
Yeah,
don't
but
care much for that.
it's actually a very good version of Minecraft. I still enjoy playing that version. And
Oh
the
yeah,
mod
no, I was making a joke about the idea of having some issue with whatever you said. I had no issue with whatever you said. That's
Okay.
1.4.7. That came out like before You know, they found like Brontosaurus remains that date back to when they came out with 1.4.7, right?
Yeah, I wasn't even born then.
Yeah. Davy was like
Oh.
a dream in the mind of his great great grandfather or something.
Come on, it's not that old.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think
Were
modded
there even
Minecraft
like
I only
humans
started.
playing that version when it came out?
Hmm?
I thought like 1.447 was made for like dinosaurs.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, there weren't humans back then.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah,
I
I think that's what they told me.
I mean, there are probably one of the best mods out there in this version. Like
Mm.
there is Red Power,
Oh yeah, Red Power.
yeah, the original version, yeah, and then Towncraft was there,
Towncraft.
Towncraft is good,
yeah,
yeah,
Towncraft,
Towncraft is a fine mod.
I
and
don't think I've ever
also
played Towncraft.
Flens mod was there,
Oh.
It's not the gun one.
and like Buildcraft
Oh yes, Buildcraft.
and
Towncraft is good.
Highland
Is
Highlands, the World Gen mod. Yeah, it's my favorite mod for World Gen. It's I think it's for 1.12 too, but I remember it from 1.4.7 or 1.7. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For some reason, um, Highlands is it has a really a good atmosphere. All the biomes are like really well balanced, and yeah, it's my favorite mod.
Mm.
nice. I want to ask, is Buildcraft for 1.4.7 any different from Buildcraft for 1.7? Because I'm more familiar with that through, Crack Technique, for instance, and stuff.
Yes, it is different. There is less content, I would say, and there are
That
not
makes sense.
there are no fancy animations. I think there's just the query. Uh, it has the same animation, but all the different machines like Builder or something, I don't think it has all the fancy animations.
I see.
I think, let's see, I started playing Minecraft I think around 1.3, and I only started playing modded Minecraft during like the Tekkit time, or maybe not the original Tekkit time, that because I'm pretty sure that was 1.2.5, but the one where it's like 1.5 and 1.6. Um, and then I was just a player, and I only started to get into modpack development uh, kind of around like 1.10. Um, and I kind of skipped over the entire 1.7 era because I just was playing other things during that time. So I am not particularly well versed in really old Minecraft modded stuff. But that is, I just figured I'd talk about my background. So 1.4.7, um, I can only imagine the like stuff that I know from like Tekkit or Hexit would be closest. That's my experience.
Yeah.
Which again, those were like 1.5, 1.6.
Yeah, for me, okay, so first thing, I figured out why my mic was scuffed the first episode. I didn't set my audio input, so it's just picking up from like whatever. And second of all, I started modded Minecraft, like getting into modded Minecraft, like fairly recently, like 2 years probably. Like I started just like messing around adding mods to a mod pack in around like 1.18, and I've, kind of version chased since then. And overall just gained more like competence in what I'm doing. I started like just making some basic tweaks via Craft Tweaker, and then I learned on like moved on to data packs. So I like got into this stuff like pretty recently. I have no experience with like old mod packs or anything. I don't know like I've never played on 1.12 actually.
Mm. I feel like
Well, I guess since everybody's talking about their first mod Minecraft experience, I'm gonna share my own. I got introduced to mod Minecraft back when I Go Bullets of Names released his Enigmatic to Expert video. That was my first introduction to modded, and yeah, even since then I've been playing like more modern packs, starting from like 1.16, but I've played a couple of 1.12 packs as well, and I'm like familiar with Great Tech New Horizons. But yeah, that's the earliest version I'm like kind of familiar with. I'm also not that experienced with 1.4.
mm, we're all like little babies, but some of us are littler
Yeah,
babies than
Yeah,
others. Uh,
like me, I'm just so
you're a 2 years old
you should.
baby. You're crawling around on the ground, and we're just kind of standing above you. But there's an adult in the
Texture.
room now, so we don't have any
Yeah,
power.
true.
right. The adults are
True.
talking.
Anyway, no. What I was gonna say is when I think of like the 1.18 up to the current version, which I guess would be 1.21. I guess how
Hmm
1.21 is gonna look. We're gonna have to see, but I feel like the time between then, uh, version chasing. Technically, I suppose it's like because it seems like the whole community's been going quickly from one version to the next. I feel like maybe the negative stigma around version chasing might be too strong for my taste in terms of being like, oh, if I look at what Davy's done in terms of going on to new versions, I think it's like this is what everybody else has been doing. Um, as opposed to, for instance, version chasing when it came to I don't know. I guess it's more maybe version chasing really is more of a modern thing anyway. Because I don't think
It's hard to version choice on
yeah,
1.12.
yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
I don't know. Um, so maybe I didn't think very hard about what I was going to say here.
it's
Anyway,
fine. That's what we usually do on Just Enough Opinions podcast.
yeah, I'm a master of
Yep,
not thinking things through.
that's the
Yeah.
entire foundation of this
It's the
podcast.
foundation of my existence, basically.
Yeah,
I
Anyway, yeah,
oh, I was gonna talk about how if the basis of my thing is not thinking things through, I was gonna make a Descartes joke. You know what I'm saying? You know how he says, "I
ooh.
think, therefore I am." I say I
Oh yeah,
don't
that
think
yeah,
through,
that guy.
therefore I am not. And then I disappear for a few moments, but then I think about it, and this is a terrible joke. That
yeah.
was the worst
We need to
thing.
add like a visual gag for
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
We'd have to like, how do we explain that to the Apple Podcast viewers? We'd have
the whole
subtitles. Wait,
the
no, they
whole
can't see them.
yeah, the whole 0.5 Apple podcast
Oh,
listeners,
I
the
feel like
Apple podcast chats.
I didn't think that through that joke through enough. So, well,
It's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy
yeah, I
here.
guess so.
Yeah, I'm
Let's fulfill
gonna
the prophecy of going on to something that makes me sound less stupid.
Yeah,
write texture. Can you like talk a bit about Underdog and why it's the best mod pack on the planet?
Right. Okay. Um. Firstly, I don't think it's it's the best modpack on the planet. Um.
One of
Uh.
the best.
I I started like prototyping the idea of modpack like Underdog in like the 2019, and
Um,
I had this idea that a modpack where there will be no like maps and like no like unrealistic creatures uh, could be cool. so
Hmm.
so I basically did that.
like RL craft, but actually
Yeah, yeah.
RL craft, but
The
actually
the
like
idea
about
was,
RL.
yeah, it was basically to create actually it will be realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually
so
fulfilling the goal.
so I had this prototype, but it wasn't really like any good. But I found the mods I wanted to use. So then I released my first version, and also I started to uh, use GitHub and Git. So I have set up the Git repo for it, and that's basically since 2020. And then I joined the modpack development Discord, and since then I basically share the progress on the modpack. And yeah, it's doing pretty well.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so tell us about your tool, the Pakku.
Like, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna. Well, you continue. Yes, do that.
Yeah, I was managing the modpack like I just used Git because, well, I didn't know about any tool to handle the managing of the modpack. But I wanted to automate some things because releasing a modpack is really uh, time consuming. It really takes at least an hour to release a modpack to CurseForge, for example. And
Yeah.
I found out about the packs. It's a tool written in Nim, and so I started to use that tool, but it wasn't uh, really that advanced. So you had to like move the folders and everything into like structure of of the of the modpack, and then you will run the tool and it will export the modpack. So it wasn't really ideal. And at that time, I didn't know about Packwiz, so uh, that I didn't know about that tool. So I created like a template for automating the release process. So it was it was using GitHub Actions, and it was a chain of uh, more tools. Also the server pack exporter, and yeah, some bash scripts that glue it together. But it wasn't really that great because first um, it didn't have the support for Modrinth, and uh, it used to break at random times when there was some like unexpected difficulty. So I had this idea that I would like to make or code a program that will manage modpacks, but I didn't. I had the experience or skill to do that. But all this time I was like learning to program, and well, last year it came that I started to work on it basically. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. Well, so what's the timeline here? Did you find out about Pakku's existence before making Pakku or after?
Yeah, I knew about Pakwiz before I started making Pakku, but um
See?
I just wanted to do it differently basically. Then
Well, it makes sense.
I was thinking about making a pull request or contributing to Pakwiz, but it will be I just had a really a different idea of how I will do it. So I just I just didn't. Yeah, I started to make a
Yeah.
new application.
Yeah. So you hate PackWiz and everything it stands for. Just kidding. Sorry.
That's kind of what I gathered.
No.
What was I gonna
Well,
say? I feel like I'm
well,
also one who, breaks at times when running into unexpected obstacles. So, Pakku and I, we've got a connection there. Uh, sorry.
true. Well,
So, okay, so I'm running, okay, so personal thing, right? So I'm running like a modpack development team, and like we're just using like GitHub for shit, and it's kind of like I feel like everything's kind of like just glued and duct taped together haphazardly, you know? We're still like sorting the organization out, right?
Mm.
But do you think we could benefit from incorporating Pakku into our development process?
Yeah, I I think it could be possible. Um,
So what benefits would we get over just using, Git and GitHub and shit?
yeah. Basically, Pakku manages the mod files, so you don't have to like put them on Git or GitHub. Basically, you don't have.
Hmm.
That's not allowed to share these files. Basically,
Yeah, we're doing right now, but it's a private
yeah.
repository, so it's like,
Like
we're
there are
good.
some options how you can do it. Private repository, or you can use submodules or something. But yeah, it's not ideal to also use
Hmm.
Git for handling like binary files, because it's not built for that. So it will just grow your repository to be bigger and bigger.
yeah, because it's not
Yeah.
just like a legal question, it's also a question of like technology, because you don't store large files on Git. It's not made
Yeah,
for that.
it's not made for that. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, it will take a lot of time to clone your repository, for example, when you have setup like this. So that's one benefit. And yeah, n- with Pakku you can,
Yeah.
for example, uh, the collaboration options like are a little bit enhanced. Uh, you just clone the repository and run one command, and it will download all the things, so you can run Minecraft.
Mm.
Nice.
And
Wait, so is it,
yeah,
it's like a dumb question, but is it like a launcher? Or do you like incorporate it into, like, can you use it with Prism or whatever
yeah, you can use it
to,
with any launcher. It's not a launcher.
okay.
Feel like
I skimmed the wiki earlier for it, and I was like, I'm not sure exactly what this does actually. So like it, yeah.
Well, I can like answer that question as a owner of a decently large modpack organization which uses Pakku at the moment. We used to use Pakwiz, and well, the main benefit of any modpack automation tool for us was that we can like build it without using a CurseForge launcher or well any other a tool that will require manual effort to compile it into a zip file. We used Pakwiz because it was easy to incorporate with GitHub Actions and to just publish our packs with a single press of button. But Pakwiz was kind of hard to work with at times. All use Prism Launcher. I had to force my co-members to use Prism Launcher, which kind of sucked. But now with Pakku, it's much easier than with Pakwiz, I would say. Um, yeah, and we just have like one command that we add to the pre-launch command of Prism or whatever other launcher we use, and it's really nice how it syncs all the mods and how easy it is to work with. Yeah, and we also don't have to store binary jar files of mods on our repositories, which is also good. Well, that was also a plus with Pakku, but it's much easier with Pakku, in my opinion.
It sounds great.
Yeah, I think I might look into, because like the development team that I'm working with, we're kind of going through an overhaul of how everything is like structured and like how we, approach issues and stuff. So I think while we're doing that, refactoring everything into Pakku might be worthwhile, because we'd also like to open like public the repository, and it's like,
Yeah, if you want to
don't really
go,
want to do that with illegally hosted jars on it.
yeah, definitely if you want to go open source with your pack, you should definitely use automation utility like.
Yeah, it sounds to me like that's probably one of the best times to switch or start using something like that. I've only been in a few collaborative pack development things, and I've used PackWiz before, but uh, I haven't used Pakku, so I don't know the comparison. But I can say for one thing that I am very stupid. I sometimes I don't. I think it confused me, not because it was bad, but because I'm stupid and I barely know how to use Git. I probably could learn if I really wanted to. Um,
I mean,
Right.
the feeling of, I mean, you feeling dumb is a normal part of using Pakku. I feel like,
oh,
because kind of Pakku does do a lot of strange decisions and does make the process of automation kind of not worthwhile, I would say. It kind of gives you PTSD for all pack automation utilities. So yeah, but it's a lot of the weird things Pakku does are the just the Pakku thing.
you know what it
Uh,
was? It was on the topic of me being stupid, especially with regard to these tools and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, uh, it's gonna circle back to Underdog, so I can be like, oh yeah, well, I kind of know what I'm talking about when we talk about mod packs. Um, when
I
you
also want to
say,
circle back to Underdog.
yeah,
I
when
have a
you say,
couple of questions.
when you say no unrealistic animals or mobs or whatever, um, do you mean like you still have the animals like sheep, pigs, cows, fish, I guess, bees, they might be unrealistically large, but whatever. And then, no creepers or skeletons or zombies or stuff like that.
Yes,
I
exactly
have not
like that.
played the pack. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
There is mod. It's called
I mean, skeletons are pretty realistic.
it's Animania, and yeah.
Animania.
So that's instead of vanilla mobs, like vanilla animals, and
Mm,
yeah, they have even like they even sleep, so it's pretty cool. I know that making it uh, not have like all these mobs will make it like so easy. So the modpack really has a lot of custom mechanics or uh, some things to make it harder.
mm-hmm.
Basically, there are no mobs, but there is realistic weather. So there are tornadoes and stuff like
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Also gravity. So you have to uh, be careful when mining.
Mm,
And also there's
Makes
thirst
sense.
and
Wait, what do you mean gravity?
yeah, gravity, yeah. And um,
I assume like blocks fall.
yeah, blocks fall. Yeah, you have to
Oh,
like build supports
Yeah, I know.
to when you mine.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and then
Isn't that what, that's like a lot of stuff that TFC does, right?
yeah, actually, yeah. A lot of a lot of the stuff is like inspired from TFC. I I didn't know about TFC first when I started to make this pack, but um, also Underdog is it's different from TFC in
mm,
in many parts. Basically, it's vanilla, so there are all the vanilla blocks, and the world generation is like it's not like in TFC where there's everything is different. Every block is from TFC. It's like realistic version of vanilla Minecraft.
Mm,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
And then there are
that's
all
much
the
Well,
fun, yeah.
TFC is like real life in Minecraft.
yeah. It's a yeah.
Okay.
TFC is like a total overhaul of Minecraft. Yeah.
So, kind of an unrelated question, but what's up with the name Underdog and what's the story behind that?
oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, because we
Yeah.
posted a joke about that in the modpack development
Yeah.
server.
It's a good joke.
It basically means that the underdog that the underdog is the player. So you as a human in the modpack are the underdog, and then the wild nature is like the
The overdog, right?
overdog. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we all,
exactly.
Yeah.
So that was the idea.
that makes sense. It's interesting. Um,
There's a lot of focus to nature in this pack and
Mm,
yeah,
generation. So it really, I wanted to make it so it feels like you are really small, and then nature is is really big, basically.
that
yeah,
that does
I
make
see, I see, yeah.
their dog overdog relationship as we all
Yeah,
understand it,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. I feel like I should prepare more questions. I'm I'm
Wait,
improvising here.
did you not have any more questions?
Uh, not
Well, guys,
really.
that was the third episode of Just Enough.
No, no,
We had
no.
just enough
There must be
opinions
something
this
else.
time.
Well, I guess we really
That's
had
something else.
just enough
Yeah.
opinions.
I guess. Do you plan on making any other packs anytime soon?
No, I don't.
Alright.
Mm,
I have some
Why not?
ideas in my head, but I will see how I will like implement them.
mm,
Maybe
I
it will
feel
be
like. Oh yeah,
in
continue.
in the form of a modpack, but some of them are a little more hard to
Too
implement.
ambitious.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
maybe it will be a better idea to create a new game at some time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah. Sounds.
yeah. I was gonna say I feel like there's some. I mean, this isn't like a very strict binary, but I feel like there's some mod pack developers that they have like one pack and it's like, oh yes, this is my perfect pack, and then some who keep making more and more because they want to keep innovating. Not that either one is like bad or anything, but I'm feeling like
Or there is also
what?
a third type that just don't release mod packs at all.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's like
yeah.
Yeah.
98%. The other two are both 1%. Um,
Yeah. And there's like only 100 people who like play modded Minecraft or make
oh my goodness.
mod packs. So yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the like keep one pack and like never release pack is kind of like a similar audience, just like there's a line between how much what like the developer considers like,
Mm,
but it's basically the same.
uh, I guess so. Well, anyway, I guess my question was like, when you think about Underdog, uh, excuse me, I guess this is very much related to the question of, do you plan on making other packs? Do you feel like Underdog is like your favorite sort of Minecraft mod pack that you would ever put out? I mean, I know that this is also tinged by the idea that you have other ideas, but they would be put better in standalone games. But I guess that would be the question.
Yeah. Um Actually, Underdog is not my favorite modpack. It's weird, I would say, but my favorite modpack is probably the second one. That one I created for 1.7.10
Mm.
because in Underdog there are, yeah, it's pretty strict. So this idea that it should be realistic also makes it harder to include some modes. So
Yeah.
like it's not that much fun. It's great experience. Like the gameplay is, I would say, good, but when I want to have like only just fun and do wild stuff in Minecraft, then I don't play this modpack.
I see.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I guess a kind of obvious question after that would be, what's your favorite pack that you haven't created? Just a favorite pack out of all the other packs that exist.
I would say that is the Rebirth of the Night modpack.
I see. Yeah.
It's also for 1.12.
Was it one of the
Um,
A
inspirations
couple people
behind
I know made
Underdog?
that. They're cool.
It's really
I
great
forget.
pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Oh, you know what it was? I'm thinking of like, have I played Rebirth of the Night before? Because I'm thinking like, I think I had it mixed up with Trepidation, and then the other one that I had it mixed up was with Craft of the Titans, and I think I played Craft of the Titans and Craft of the Titans 2, because I'm pretty sure there's a 2. But I don't think I played Rebirth of the Night.
Oh,
Simio here says Rebirth of the Night is cartoonishly hard. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. I actually was
All
killed
right.
oh,
in my first playthrough right away the first day.
Nice.
It's pretty harsh. Yeah.
Alright,
But
well, there you have it. Play Underdog and play Rebirth of the Night. That's the recommendations of Texture.
Yeah, and never use PackWiz because the people who developed it are the worst people on the planet. No, just kidding. Um, but
Yep.
do try Pakku at
So,
least, presumably. You know?
anyway, I found a way to loop it back around to some drama and to create a bit more content. So Texture, you as a modpack developer who publishes to both Modrinth and CurseForge, what do you think about both platforms? Which is the better in Europe?
actually I don't know. um
Waste.
I publish to these two platforms because, well, they exist, so I want to publish to both of them.
Sure.
And
So you don't really care, like, it
Yeah,
just like,
which one to
I
publish
mean,
to?
I set up the thing to publish them both, so it's like, no skin off my back to do it.
yeah, right. Like, um, well, probably at this time you get more money from CurseForge, from like the points. So
Well, yeah,
some
I
people
believe we've discussed that
may
in the
like
first episode.
CurseForge more because of this. Yeah, but I think both of them are good platforms, and I like Modrinth because it's more modern side maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, because the even the
It's actually in the
new
name.
it's
The
not
mod in
it's
Modrinth
not
stands for modern.
Oh my
Yeah,
true.
actually.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Modrinth
right, we can
more or less modern than modern mod packs?
shut up.
That's a good question.
No, that's true. Yeah. Anyway, I guess that's a good segue to talk about how fucking garbage the new CurseForge website is. Have you guys used it? I have like a redirect set up, so it redirects me to the legacy website whenever I visit any link. Because I fucking
Yes,
hate it. It's
I
like it's bad.
I do have a redirect setup too. Yeah, I use the old one.
Because like yeah, the search sucks on the new one, and just the design in general is bad. Also, it's not mobile friendly in some places, which I don't really like.
Yeah, and don't use the new UI because, well, some of the new stuff on the new side is good, I would say, but there are places that redirects you on the old side. So I don't get the point of using the new one when
Yeah, and
there are
then
some
then you
stuff
like
that,
can't get out of the old website. Yeah, when they redirect you themselves to the legacy website, you like stay on the old website. There are no links back to the new one, which sucks.
yeah.
See, I feel like with CurseForge versus Modrinth, it's like okay, so CurseForge, we can all agree it's just like it has a million things wrong with it, and it's like jank in ways that shouldn't really have any right being. But
Yeah.
it's like it's too big to like I don't want to say like too big to fail, but it's like, it's like the standard for most things, And Modrinth isn't substantially better enough than CurseForge, or like CurseForge isn't substantially that is like worth choosing one over the other?
Um,
I think so, yeah. I think there are a couple of features on CurseForge that are present on Modern.
what I was thinking is I would be very goofy and relate it to some homework that I did the other day, but I don't think it matters very much. The homework it was not like writing stuff down. It was something that I was making some insights about something. Uh, what it was about actually, it was I started to talk about the idea of inspiration, and what I was thinking about is perhaps, you know, so there's positive inspiration where you like inspire someone to do something. You're like, oh yes, I want to follow in this person's footsteps. And then I came up with this idea of maybe there's something like negative inspiration where somebody makes something so bad that you're like, oh my fucking god, I need to make something better than this. So for instance, like better than wolves, right? That was
Hmm.
like that
Yeah.
was like an instance of this negative
Reaction
inspiration.
to the
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
wolves
was a
update.
response, yeah,
reaction.
because that's
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
So
meme.
like if CurseForge does something really shitty, they'll be inspired to be much better. And vice versa. I don't know.
I mean
I'm
that's kind of already what's happening because a
Yeah.
lot of the features, yeah, in Modern are just better than the ones they did at CurseForge.
I guess
So
so.
yeah, negative
Um
inspiration is kind of an interesting idea because I'm the more I think about it, the more I think all the things I do in life are kind of inspired by negative inspiration.
nice.
You know,
Yeah, okay. I like in the um this one developer Discord I'm in, they're always posting problems about CurseForge, like people calling okay, like fucking like like people calling like commenting slurs and shit in the comment section, and there's absolutely like no filters for it, or like having their project sent back for review 20 times because they have like a list of words that they violated that like in the title, like you can't put forge in the title or like
for them.
reforged or any, synonymous thing. And they CurseForge has like a lot of problems, and it's like you can't really,
Well,
yeah.
well, yeah, I
Smart in the audience. What do you mean? So like I talk about Forge.
well, you guys figured that out. I think I'm gonna like talk about. Well, yeah, as I said, we already discussed kind of discussed that in the first episode. How CurseForge is unfortunately currently the standard, and how we can't really switch away from it to Modrinth, which in an ideal world we would all do at the same time. But yeah, Modrinth is just objectively better in features than CurseForge, and it's easier to contribute to because it's open source. Blah. So yeah, but CurseForge is unfortunately, I guess, too big to fail. You weren't incorrect.
Yeah, I mean, they can do something catastrophic, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean, even
Mm.
considering that CurseForge is backed by huge multi-billion,
Yeah,
bajillion
literal,
dollar
like,
company.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is it multi-billion or is it just like
The
billion?
last time I checked, it's like 500 million
Yeah,
or
it's
billion.
not
Mm.
billion. I'm like exaggerating for the drama, for the for the
Oh
content,
yeah,
for the
like
excitement.
Right, right.
Yeah.
so rich people have stakes in CurseForge or something.
Right.
Yeah, there's a whole drama
See,
related to that,
multi-billion
but
dollar company can't even make a proper website.
true.
I spent 100 days looking at
making
CurseForge M Creator
making
mods.
no, making a new website for CurseForge.
Oh,
Yeah, okay, so we need,
I know where I was going
I
with that.
think, what if Modrinth made it so you can only, like, post open source mods on there? I'd probably actually use it,
That would
I
kill
feel like
the
like for
website.
search at least.
for
I
searching,
feel that
yeah.
would kill the website. Well, yeah, for
Yeah, that
searching, I
might.
guess. But like there are better ways to filter open source mods than that.
Right,
Yeah,
but
but like, okay, so I know you can like filter it on the site,
Yeah,
but why encourage closed source mods to begin with? Because I feel like they're a plague upon this community, you know?
that's true. But like, I mean, I've said that last episode, and like, I think 2 episodes ago that I fucking hate closed source mods. But, like, they're necessary. We wouldn't have like Thaumcraft without that. So I'm gonna play the devil's advocate and
Mm.
say, um, closed source mods are sometimes good.
I figure it's if they're good, it's not really about whether or not they're open source. I think. I mean, to
Oh,
a
well,
degree.
I mean, I guess that's kind of coming back to the points from last episode about the two perspectives of a player and of a modpack developer, where
Oh
from
yeah,
the player standpoint you like don't care about mods being open source and whatnot, and from the standpoint of the developer it's much easier to work with open source mods than closed.
that is true.
Yeah, I hate all end users. Anyone who's like ever played or used anything I've created, I hate them
Oh my
Kill
goodness.
them
because they just have
with
bad
rocks.
opinions.
Kill them with rocks. That's one rocks reference you get for this
Oh my
episode.
goodness. Were
Put
you
that
going to
in
say
the
something, Texturepako? Or that's how you pronounce
I
it?
yes, I actually
Texturepako.
agree with you that I think that um you shouldn't base your modpack on a closed source mod because that can like ruin your modpack. But
Mm.
using um closed source mods that are not like the um, main mods of your modpack is fine. I think.
yeah. I guess if it's not the base of the pack, then yeah, it's gonna be fine.
See, I have like a select few closed, like ARR closed source mods in my pack, but I'm willing to like gut them at any moment if it's a rise, you know? Like I would never base. I guess like I kind of lucky I didn't do this already because like I wasn't really aware of this for the longest time, like issues with licensing and like closed source and all that. But you should never base your mod pack around a mod that's closed source. I think this came up in NPD earlier. Someone was like that they kind of centered their mod around like this plague mod or whatever, and they asked the developers like, "Hey, I want to change this thing. How do I do it?" And they were just like fucking with them, saying like, "Oh, make an add-on when the mod's like closed source, and they can't like it's basically impossible for them to do so, even if they did have the skills," which I think that is like cruel.
Oh yeah, the I think it was like spore fungal infection.
Okay, open source, answering smart in the
Yeah, I
audience.
think we should. Yeah,
I
I
kind of
was.
say open source and visible source interchangeably. I just like, even if it's not, even if the license isn't permissive, like if your stuff is all rights reserved, but it's visible source, you can see everything that's going on, that's also fine. I I should probably use visible source more because that's really what I mean, you know?
Oh,
Maybe our audio listeners are gonna love you because you didn't read the fucking question, so they have no idea what you're responding to. So I'm gonna read it for you. Smartin asked in the chat of in Discord. At what point do you define open source? Because technically Sodium isn't full open source since it's not allowing directly competing with the original. I'm gonna say that, well, as for me, David already asked the question. As for me, I like it when people use visible source and open source as two different terms, because open source is not just about seeing the source, it's about being able to use it, in my opinion. I do have some opinions about the Sodium situation, but we'll leave that until the next episode. We'll
Yeah,
discuss that in the
we're
next episode.
Yeah,
sodium and
next time we're
betium
getting Jelly
drama.
Squid on here, we're gonna
Oh
flame
my
her.
goodness.
Yeah, we're gonna talk
Sodium and
about the
betium
Sodium.
drama is
Sodium and Beta
next.
drama is coming next episode. Yeah,
We're gonna talk about it when Jack Black gets on the podcast.
yeah, true. And
Yeah, we're
when
gonna be like, Jack Black, well, what do you think about the sodium drama?
Yeah.
them, Frog, what do you say if we like? Do you think we should like invite our friends K-Sex and Preg onto the podcast and
I
like
think
get them to talk
I
them
think
about?
we gotta get a meetup with them and Jack Black. You know,
This is gonna sound
it's
so bad
Maybe.
for everybody who wasn't present during that part. Uh,
yeah.
during the last episode, because I have no
Anyway,
idea what the fuck we're talking about. Anyway, you're
I
gonna see
think
it on YouTube later.
I think
sorry, I'm saying I think I heard Texturepako want to say something again at some point before, but then we
Yeah,
moved
it's
on
what?
to
cool.
Jack Black.
Yeah,
I don't
you're a
think so.
terrible host.
Oh, maybe I
No, right.
misheard.
You said like
Anyway,
uh
I
anyway, yeah.
I'm gonna talk about. I think having more open source and visible source mods is of a great benefit to the community. But I would also worry about. I mean, I guess I have like two minds about this thing because I would worry about maybe like if you're like, oh, you're only allowed to post open source stuff, then some people, for some reason, maybe they're valid reasons, maybe they're not really valid reasons, would probably be like, oh, excuse me, I want to post my stuff and I don't want people to be able to see it. And then you could be like, oh, well, I guess you don't do it. And then that might cause drama, or I mean, not just drama, people might just leave the platform as a result. But then on the other hand, there are lots of things that we've kind of rallied against as a community that people just don't do, and when they try to do it, they're kind of laughed away from what's going on. For instance, like when I think about something like paying for mods and stuff. Like I remember there was like a fair controversy, maybe it was in like 1.12 around that time when there was like a server and some YouTubers were playing the mod pack, and then, they found out that the server had microtransactions where they gave you like an AE2 starter pack, and the AE2 starter pack was
Yeah.
just shitty because it didn't really represent a full understanding of what items you need to use AE2 well, but that's very beside the point. Um, since the mod pack and the server were like the server was hosted by the person who made the mod pack, they kind of left the mod pack behind to be like, I don't support this behavior. I'm not really going to play this mod pack anymore. Um, And so in that sense, I mean, I know of course it would probably be an EULA violation. But maybe in a parallel universe where it's not and people just kind of accept that people pay for mods, then maybe I could in this parallel universe have this idea. I worry about not letting people, stopping people from paying for mods because of they might stop using the platform or something. So, in that sense, I mean, I don't know how valid it is to be like, I worry that people will stop using the platform if they're not allowed to post non-open source or non-visible source mods.
I mean, for me, I it's not related to paid mods, but I just want to say, you guys are like talking things as if not every fucking mod is easily deconstructible and
Yeah.
visible source if you're skilled enough. So I mean, reverse engineering and what the fuck's called decompiling. Yeah, decompiling is not illegal
hmm
at all. So
Yeah,
like every mod is actually visible source if you try hard enough. For me, it's
that's
more of
true.
an ethical concern, and I specifically like open source, not visible source mods, because I think like yeah, I think open source mods are just easier to work with because they can contribute to them and fork them and make add-ons more easily and stuff like that, interact with the developer and things. So yeah, I prefer open source other than visible source, and again, visible source is like every mod because you can decompile them all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Martin in the audience says Mojang doesn't go after paid mods anymore. Stuff like Axiom and Physics Mod prove that. When Axiom got popular, I looked it up, looked into it, and Mojang does not enforce no paid mods anymore. We need a fact check on that. But it wasn't Physics Mod the one that did get like taken down
I
because
think
they were like
yeah, I think
making
Mojang
people
did
pay for it?
went after that for a bit.
Also, okay, can we? Do you guys remember like the licensing thing with Axiom? So they had like all rights reserved, and then like mixed with the sodium polyform license thing, like you cannot like uh use this as a competitor, and they made like the jankiest license of all time, and like people were clowning on them. I joined their Discord and like
And that's why you
hilarious.
should join
I'm not gonna say what I said.
next week when we discuss sodium versus embedding drama, and we're gonna discuss all of the licensing stuff behind that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
we should
goodness.
do my idea where we get both the Embedium guy and Jelly
Embedded.
Squid, but we don't tell them that they're gonna be in a call together. So then we like move them in, and it's like all hell breaks loose.
That
And
that
I
sounds like a
think that's
terrible
gonna
idea.
hurt some people. Yeah, we'll
No,
have to apologize in the fourth episode again. Damn.
it's very funny though. I
Every
like the
second
concept as it being very funny.
every second episode starts with an up. Anyway, I want to discuss another comment we received in the chat. The person who left it is no longer listening, but ninth core from the recording chat on Discord sent a link to the Curvy Pipes mod, which is a very cursed mod for audience at home. If you don't know, it's a mod made in Rust. Yes, it's a Java mod made in Rust. Don't ask me how it works. It's closed source. Nobody knows except the creator. And like adds these pipes which can curve around in a non-grid shape from a block to block. It was kind of a big thing like 2 months ago, I believe. Yeah. So what are your guys' opinions on it? What do you think about it?
I don't know. The pipes are curvy.
When the pipes are curvy, flush.
like cool, but it's also like why?
Yeah.
But I guess like that's like the kind of the whole point of it, like because I can do this. Why the fuck not?
Um,
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I know
I don't
the
know if
creator.
in a serious
I've talked
mod
to
pack.
the
I don't know if I would
creator of
use it.
that mod before, CYB. He seems like a cool guy. Should get him on the podcast, actually. But yeah, he's a cool guy, but for some reason he isn't releasing the mod source, which I think he is
It's because he hates me.
Yeah,
It
because
is
he hates
because
us.
he hates Davey in particular.
Yeah.
I'm actually a very close friend of his, and the only thing he tells me about is how much he hates Davey, and
A lot of people do that.
yeah. And a lot of people that do that, they only tell me about how much they hate Davey. They're all my close friends. Which is why I joined this podcast with Davey on. Oh, I'm sorry.
True. Anyway, what are some other topics we can discuss?
Texturepako, do you have any topics that you are
I can I'll add that to Pakku, that well, the tool was created because there wasn't there wasn't an option to like create a modpack for both uh, CurseForge and Modrinth. So like this was the main feature of Pakku. Like you can create a modpack for both of these platforms like at the same time. So
That's good.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
from
that's
what I
good.
know of
Yeah.
Packwiz, yeah, you have to be locked to one or the other when you make your thing,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's I think utils that allow you to integrate both CurseForge and Modrinth are good and beneficial for society. Um, yeah, there was a project. I guess it's kind of related. There was a project started by a good friend of the modded modern modpacks organization called Tizu. He made like a TB where you could search for mods from both CurseForge and Modrinth. He unfortunately stopped the development of it, but I think something like that is like, a good tool and does bring the audience for Modrinth and CurseForge together in a way.
Sorry,
I agree.
Cool.
my phone was buzzing. My dad was thinking about running the snowblower, but he's talking about how it's kind of loud, and he's asking me whether or not to do it later, so I can enjoy my janky little modded Minecraft podcast with my buddies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell your dad to come on the podcast next time.
I don't know if I don't think he knows anything about modded Minecraft. I don't think he
Wait till you
likes
see what he
Minecraft
thinks
at
about the
all.
sodium drama.
Yeah,
Son, what the
his
hell?
take.
Son, what the hell is this Emperor gay sex thing all about?
Oh my,
I should Google that, son.
oh my goodness.
So yeah, do you guys, I don't know, just come up with like a topic in my head. Do you guys think like modpack development Discord is a good non-toxic place, or would you like to change anything about it?
Not really. I think it's ran pretty great community.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
The only like gripe I have is like the elitist anti-immigrator mentality
Shut
that
up!
everyone seems to
Shut up! I was
have.
about to make that
Oh
joke.
my
Fuck off!
god.
Fuck you, Davey. I hate you, Davey.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's great.
I mean, yeah, I like modpack development Discord. There's your free mint of advertisement MPT admins. I do kind of hate how you don't make questions of the day every day. You know.
Oh yeah, the questions of the day. I mean they kind of rely on the user submissions. Speaking of questions of the day, I suppose we thought about it as being the last thing, but if we think about topics that are related, maybe we can put them after. But I don't know when we're supposed to be closing out. I know depending on the topic, I can probably talk for like hours and hours, and not say anything substantial, of course, because that's important to note. Um, One of the thoughts that you have your Python script, GCat, right? That finds all the questions of the day. Maybe we can pick a random one and then just ask it.
I guess that's a fun idea. Let me like rant again. Can you discuss something else while I'm firing up?
All right. Okay. So Davey, what's
Yeah.
the worst thing about GCat?
I don't know.
Yeah, there's so much to
Can't
choose
pick
from,
like a
right? No, I'm
singular.
sorry.
Yeah.
Davey, can you like not name? Do you have like a person from your life who you like hate? Can you like not name them, but like tell us why you hate them?
Describe them in vivid detail.
Not with detail, just
I
describe.
don't think I can talk about that here. Next question.
Okay. Okay. What's the worst? What? Oh, I have a good question, guys. What's the worst, most non-serious, the most garbage drama in this community that you've heard of?
The most garbage drama.
Yeah, the most like nothing burger drama.
I don't really follow the drama too much. I mean, I know of it sometimes. You know who does know about the drama? Davey, we talked about this on our last podcast, our last episode, but
Yeah.
I, of course, we know that these are also mutual friends of yours. Our good
Yeah.
friends who run this blog. The friends' names are Gay Sex and Mpreg, and they run this blog and they know all about modded Minecraft drama. So if you look up Gay Sex Mpreg, you'll find all the modded Minecraft drama information.
Post editing Davey, put that on screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the way,
yeah.
are you gonna edit this episode?
Yeah, for the viewers, these guys have no idea what I get up to.
Damn.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
no,
what the fuck?
that I do not. It was using Python, you said.
I know, I forgot how it works.
Oh, just make it again.
No, I have it. I forgot how it works. I need to adapt it to like pick a random.
This is a thing I took like one. I think it's like data science. No, not data science. It was something shitty to do with like data science with Python, and I forget a bunch of things. Honestly, I mean, it's very funny because I'm supposed to know a lot about it, but I guess I just forgot. Because I'm a math major and I've taken several statistics classes.
Took like a beginner's Python course and got like
I mean, was it an issue with the Python or was it an issue with
No,
like
I no, it's working now. I have like fucking.
Oh no, I'm
Did
talking
you
about
ask
Davey.
Davey? I have no idea. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
that's fine. Davey, was it an issue with Python or was it an issue with like the workload or something?
So I think honestly I blame my teacher. So you know how like when you have like when you're coding in Python,
Mm-hmm.
so you use like a computer, right?
Yes.
He didn't let us do that. Like we had to write down the scripts. He had us write it down and then be like, "All right, guys, what do you think this does?" And
Oh
it's
my
like,
god.
"Why are we doing this? We have a laptop. We have a laptop that's required to go to this
Oh my
campus, to go to this
god.
school for a reason. Why the hell? Like, is this like 200 BC? Like, are we like
200
making
BC.
scrolls for Jesus?
For the
Jesus
Like,
White
wasn't
Pharaoh.
a white pharaoh. That must have been your teacher. Oh my goodness. Your
Anyway,
teacher
so
was a white pharaoh.
shut up about Python and whatever the fuck. We're moving back to mod Minecraft.
That was
I
hilarious
found
though.
a random quantity that I guess kind of sucks. Well, for me at least, but you know, it reads, "What is your fondest memory of unmodded Minecraft? How does it compare to your modded experiences?" So I guess since it's an episode with a guest, Texture, how do you feel about that?
About like my first experience with modded Minecraft.
No, not first experience. The question asks about the fondest memory of unmodded Minecraft and how it compares to modded experiences.
Like what you really liked or your fondest memory of vanilla or unmodded Minecraft.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I when I play vanilla Minecraft, it's not it's not like the usual vanilla experience. I use a lot of um custom resource packs or or commands. So
Mm,
I usually play one map that I built with my cousin, and
mm,
it's like a customized world with
oh.
um,
I guess we can
guns
adapt the question.
and
What's your favorite, command block thing that you made?
I recreated the like do you know the source engine, like
Yes.
the
Yeah.
gravity gun, when you can pick up like
Oh.
Oh,
entities and
that's
these
fun.
things. Like
Oh,
yes, I remade this in using a data pack, like using Minecraft functions.
That's
that's
pretty
cool.
cool. Yeah.
I want to ask a question about Underdog before, and I thought it would sound kind of stupid, but now that I hear that you're also a source engine enjoyer, were you like inspired by Half-Life? Because like it has a lot of interactions between NCCs as well, without the player doing anything. So like, was
Mm,
that one of the inspirations behind Underdog?
Hmm.
I wouldn't say it was.
No, alright, makes sense.
Um, regarding what
I
you
I
were talking about with the world with your cousin. Oh, sorry.
oh I just want to say that uh I enjoy Portal more than Half-Life, so maybe
I, I see.
ma-
I see, that
yeah.
makes sense. Yeah, I'm also a Portal enjoyer, more than Half-Life enjoyer. Well, I haven't. I'm in the middle of my. I. I'm actually like. I'm no joke. I'm currently in the middle of the first I'm like playing Half-Life right now, the Half-Life series for the first time in my life. So yeah, I've been finding great,
Mm,
but yeah, I still like Portal more. I think that's just
mm.
nostalgia speaking though.
What I was gonna say was fuck GCat. Just kidding. Not that. Um,
Okay.
what I was gonna say was regarding the world with you and your cousin. I feel like there's something that you kind of lose with modded Minecraft. And it's a shame, but I feel like you kind of lose the longevity of part of it, of course, is depending on the pack you play. There's like a goals oriented play style if you're playing like an expert or progression pack. But the other part is, when the version changes from one version to the next, you can't really realistically bring all the mods that you have with you. Except I think there was like one case in like 1.9 to 1.10 where you were able to do that, I think. But otherwise, you're kind of stuck on that version of Minecraft. And, if people want to play on the newer versions, you can't just upgrade your world to the newer versions. What you can do in vanilla, and it leads to a thing where like, oh yes, I've held on to this world since like, I don't know, 1.4.7 for instance. We were talking about that before.
It's like,
Um, it'd be
like
really
how you
great.
can,
Hmm?
how you can like bring a Pokemon back from Gen 1 up until I think like the Nintendo Switch games,
Yeah,
which are like
yeah, something
fun,
like
yeah,
that.
to say.
Except it's not even just like the Pokemon where it just has the stats. I mean, maybe it has like, interesting nickname, cool stuff, but a Minecraft world, it also has all the data of what you've built there and stuff. Like, I would love it if I could go back and take some of like the Tekkit worlds that I've had from a long time ago and bring them into modern and play with some more modern mods or something.
Well, I
But,
feel like,
you
well,
can't do that.
at least for me, I feel like the choice of the Minecraft version became more like abstract. It's more like abstract in the modded community rather than in the vanilla community because we usually just shit over each other for our version picks, whereas in the like vanilla community, it's like expected for you to bring your worlds into new versions. Here we just like
Yeah.
pick versions because certain mods are and are
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
you know. there it's
But-
more
Yeah.
expected for you to
But-
use the latest. For those things at home, if you don't know what happened here, there was a cut because they fucking killed his computer.
Well, I
With
killed his
rocks.
computer.
Well, yeah, we're sort of spreading the responsibility. What were we discussing before the cut? So yeah, I guess that's the fondest memory of Texturepako from his world. Frog, what about you?
Oh, me?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your fondest
Vanilla
memory of
memories. I don't really remember vanilla very well. I think there was. I mean, I had a world that was fun. It was like an extreme hills world, and I built a little bit, and I thought it was the bee's knees, and then I stopped playing Minecraft, and then I started playing, but it was modded. Then I stopped playing, and then I started playing, and I think I still have that world, but I I think my is more than I actually spent in terms of time actually playing it. So it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I guess
But
same for
compared to
me.
my modded experience, I guess the whole thing about the longevity of worlds where you can bring worlds from one version to another and you can play with all the new stuff from another version. Um that probably kind of sums up the difference between my vanilla experience and my modded experience.
Yeah, I
Of
would
course,
say
the mods are important, but yeah.
I want to say that it's kind of the same for me. I kind of don't remember much from back in the day when I haven't discovered what mod it is yet. So yeah, I don't remember vanilla much. I guess I would say there was a moment in the past where me and a couple of my friends and my friends' friends started like a great server, 1.18 I think. We've played for like 2 weeks, and then we like kind of got big baby mad about stuff and created a bunch of drama and had to close down the server. So yeah, I guess that's fondest. That's the only memory I have, to be honest.
Big baby mad, yeah.
Yeah. So should we do another question? I think it'll be fun.
Imagining you like the funny machine is like those you like a Jack in the Box and you have like the crank and you're rolling the crank. You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
and instead of a clown dropping out of the chest like a random quoted question.
Yeah, it's playing
Yeah.
funny music and that's the funny machine.
So since it's the funny machine, the funny thing is that
Right.
it spun out a question we've discussed last time. It's how do you define an expert pack? What are some defining qualities that are present in a majority of expert packs that are the foundation of the genre? Since me and Frog already answered that in the last episode, which should be up on YouTube by the time you guys are
At some
hearing it.
point.
Yeah, so watch that episode for our opinions. Texture, I guess. What's your opinion on that? What defines an
I think that it's the quests maybe, and expert packs have defined end goal in my opinion. So probably this is it must have like a defined structure.
well, last time we've discussed the all the mods packs, the all the mods series.
Yeah.
So yeah, we said that they are more efficient things rather than expert packs, but like, I guess, do you think they are expert?
I don't actually played any of these mod packs, so I don't know.
Well, kind
But
of also all the mods packs are that they do have quests, well, kind of quite obviously, obviously, and they do have an end goal, but it's the way you get to that end goal is kind of not very, like, defined. It's very abstract. You can start with any mod you want, and you just like progress through that mod, then get something from that mod, and then that kind of goes into the recipe of the final goal. So it's not like one mod after another, as in most expert packs. Uh, you can start with anything you want and end with anything you want. But in your boards, it should be defined as an expert pack.
Mhm.
So I guess, yeah. Um, last time we've said that expert packs should have a defined progression. But I guess your definition of it is also also does make sense. But it does leave out some gray areas. For example, the dating.
Yes. Sorry, I'm a little
Yeah.
distracted.
I know where I was going with my speech. Anyway, I guess I have to like go in a couple of minutes. So last question before we end this.
You gotta turn the funny crank.
Yeah, I turned the funny
Turn the
crank.
crank of the funny machine.
What's a change that Vanilla has made to the game since 1.14 that you think should be reverted? Texturepako, I think that's a perfect question for you because you're kind of an old head supporting old versions. So what do you think? Where do you think Mojang has gone wrong since 1.14?
1.14, you said?
Yeah, 1.14. I know why the question says 1.14 instead of 1.13, but
I actually didn't like the new textures for a long time.
Ooh,
No, I think I agree. Took me a
that's
while to get used to
I
the
I
new
mean
textures
that's
myself.
I get it. I get
Big
used.
drama, big
Yeah,
drama.
I got used to them, but it took me long. Yeah, and I don't feel the same atmosphere fear or the same feeling from the new versions and the old versions, and I think it is maybe because of the change of in the in textures.
Hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. I think.
I agree.
Uh, I like
I
new
think I very
textures.
agree.
I like new textures. I even like the new netherrack.
I like them too, but like I also like the old textures. But it's
Mm,
like
yeah, it makes sense.
uh for me it's like two different games. Like the old textures are all the game, and basically with all the new textures it's a little bit like a new game, I would say.
That makes
Hmm,
sense.
yeah,
I also want to ask,
I agree.
what about gameplay? What's the thing you think that they've changed in like gameplay that since 1.14 that you don't like? Because textures are more of a visual thing, whereas I wanna know your opinion about.
Mm, I can I can actually remember of anything right now.
That's fine. I guess uh as for me, I think I don't like how they broke mod compatibility. I'm gonna say that as a avid modded player. I think if they've tried to keep the mods on 1.12 working, I think that would be better for the mod community. But of course, Mojang doesn't really care about the mod community, but.
Oh,
And I guess, yeah, Frog, what's the thing you hate about 1.14 plus, if you have
well,
any?
I was gonna say I figure the thing about it being 1.14 plus is that it would be something unique to 1.14 plus. So I imagine, the changing in versions not having mod compatibility is something that I mean, of course it's not great, but um I would just consider that a thing that happens with all versions. The thing I think I hate most about
Well,
1.14 plus.
I want to add something. You know how, like, basically you only have to like change a few lines of code to transfer 1.8, I think, almost to 1.9, or was it? No, it was 1.10 and 1.11, I think. That didn't break a lot. Yeah, so there was a
I
compat
see.
layer you could just add to a MOS folder and it would just magically work. So I think it's more
I
of a
see what
modern
you're
thing,
talking
yeah.
about. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, what I hate most about it is about 1.14 plus is that you still have mining and crafting in the game. They should just get rid of that. They should just
True,
they should
I
just
agree.
add a they should add grenades and guns
Isn't
and
that basically what Minecraft Dungeons was? You couldn't mine and you couldn't craft, but there were
something like
dungeons,
that.
yeah, and guns
Yeah, they had grenades and guns and um
and
you were in
sex
a
and
you were
violence.
you yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
And what else should they add?
killing
Uh
people with
killing people. Yeah.
boulders, boulders. Oh,
No, I'm being goofy. I was
yeah,
thinking I was trying to make a joke about it being like a just like a generic first person shooter or something. But then I was like, well, people add grenades and guns with mods and they're fun. So, um
no,
uh
the whole Mojang being sued by that one guy situation, which we're not gonna explore on this podcast because um you know all the
we're gonna
situation
talk
and
with
stuff.
Jack Black about that one, right?
Yeah, and about we will
It's a
talk
Jack
about
Black
that when
topic.
we talk about like sodium and medium drama. Yeah.
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 Anyway,
Anyway, no, let me I think the reason it probably says 114 is because that way you can, take Phantoms off the list because I think Phantoms were 113, right?
no, all right, yeah, that's only just made that because like yeah, Phantoms is the obvious sense. All right,
Yeah.
so
Um,
anyway, I think we should like end the podcast.
and the podcast. Oh, do you have to go?
I have to go. Well, if you have something else to say, you can say it like right now.
No, I can't really think of anything. I just figure I would want Davey to go for this question, right? Davey, do you have, well, I guess you
I think he's dead.
only started.
Well, anyway, you will hear more from Davey in the next episode. So
Oh,
Texture, do you
What?
wanna
Oh,
what?
like zoned out.
okay.
Yeah. So Texture, do you wanna like advertise your stuff? Do you wanna like tell the audience to subscribe to your social medias or to play your packs or whatever?
Of course, I do. Yeah, go download my modpacks and my mods, please.
There you have it, folks. It's
Yes.
Texturepako on.
Like, we can include the link, maybe.
Alright, I'll just or whoever is editing this episode, can you please put all of the links to textures stuff in the description down below and on screen. So yeah, I think that's that. Catch us next episode when, well, of course we're going to talk about sodium and medium drum, of course. But
Yeah.
also, yeah, when we're going to have no guest next episode, unfortunately, or I know, I don't know if you guys like guest or no guest
Yeah.
episodes more. So yeah, catch us next time. Davey is gonna come back from the dead and he's gonna answer a couple of QTD questions for us.
Yeah, supported by Bisect Hosting or something, right?
They're not. Still not for some reason. It's so sad.
Yeah, no, that's the joke. It's funny.
Yeah. Anyway,
Okay,
this is gonna
thank you
take
for joining us,
yeah, it's gonna take a
Texture
billion
Pago.
years to edit, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Anyway, yeah, bye.
Goodbye.
See you next time.
Goodbye.